Hello there.
So, hello everyone. Today I'm just going to be messing around in Scrap Mechanic because, well, it's taking me a very long time to work on the next worthwhile video. So, I'm just going to walk around and we can see all the stupid stuff I've been up to in this little game. This is just kind of where I put my finished stuff. I don't really build in here, but I'll have them all because a custom game. So see this little police department. Haven't made the door yet, but it's gonna be a prison here. Well, lights and yeah, the door isn't very good because this isn't an important place really. But it's besides the point. Got all these nice little cows in the area. I don't like bothering them, even if it does seem like I'm quite mean. Well, okay, I can just take a little walk around first. So you can see we got this. I don't actually know how he got here because he's not meant to be here. I mean, I didn't put him here, but he's kind of hard to get rid of. I wonder if what. Let me just that's good. Yeah, this is my little town. It's mostly making concepts for stuff. So here we've got a little thing. You can't write that much, so I haven't written anything on it, but it's meant to be like some, remembrance thing. Oh, anyway. Yeah, so yeah, it's a little, you can stop there and be sad about the war and all that. Oh, that's not meant to be open. Right. Here's the little checkpoint thing. So you see, danger. That's because, well, this isn't multiplayer, but, the idea is, if you're not being a good person, then, they'll shoot you. The soldiers up here, or guards, whatever they are. I don't have the law figured out, really, but, yeah, see, I don't know why I put exit signs there. They're just there. And that's a placeholder name. It's just White Hill, which is ironic because there's not a fucking hill here. But yeah. So you see, there's a cannon because you need some kind of anti-tank weapon. You see, well, it's pretty easy. This is one of the things I'll show a bit more later. But it's it's a cannon. You drive up here, and then you can hop out of your car and hop over here to the little console. You see, identify yourself. I don't know why they're lights, but the spotlight, very good little guard box here, lighting and all that. You're like, hey, I want to get in because I want to see my uncle or some shit. I don't know, whatever reason you want to get in. And then you can pop the gate open, and you can drive through. And the little radio and very good door. Sorry, very advanced stuff. Yeah, okay. Robots are a little problem in this area, and hellhole over there. But that's besides the point. So let's go somewhere open to look at stuff I made. Why not? There's some interesting stuff, I'd say. This is one of the things that I make a lot of stupid billboards. If I remember where I kind of stole this from, as I was saying, if I remember where I stole this design from, I'll pop it on the screen somewhere. Because I'm pretty sure it's from something. Yeah, let's just go to this little shantytown shack thing over here. Good open road, to look at the stuff. Yeah, we can start with this generic truck I've made here. This is the base model of a lot of little variants I've made. So you see it's got a little back, and 2 pairs of lights. I don't know what they're called, man. I just looked at pictures. Or something along those lines. I don't remember. And you see it's got a... Well, it's got suspension, all the stuff a car needs. A truck, whatever it is, I don't care. You get in, right? It works. You can turn on some interior lights. It's a very cozy driving experience, and it's nice and smooth. You see my guy really looks like he's not dead inside at all. Yeah, you can just see how happy he is to be in this vehicle. He's not. And it also has, yeah, these lights, it helps you see at night. Pretty basic truck. You can put whatever you want in the back. And comes with 2 variants. I made a covered one, just for the sake of it. Pretty... There's no real difference on the inside. So, after this, we have all the army variants. Here's another one I made. It's an armored lorry, or truck, whatever you call it. I call it lorry, but you see it's got metal plating everywhere. You can hide in here. Shoot at the robots or the people. Guess it depends what you're doing. But, as you see, it's you get a pretty good view, and it's got a lot of armor, especially up front. And you see a different color scheme. Obviously, it's got tank marking on it because I felt like it. No particular reason. It drives fairly similarly to the last one. You see, it can move around and turn around. Got the same amount of lights and interior lights. It's quite nice on the inside, I'd say, personally, because it's all covered up. You've got these nets and metal bits all around you, and you can turn on the gun at the front. It's a little machine gun, I think. Mod calls an airplane cannon, I think, but that doesn't matter. You see, it's a nice little thing, some protection. It takes we can run a test. Why not? Let's see what it can take. So it's got this much ground clearance basically. So if we just one of these down, there are probably better ways to do this, but I can't be bothered to find the better way. So we're just gonna do it like this. It's gonna have a little bit of range to go. You see, the front is pretty heavily protected because the engine's actually, as you can see, quite far back in there. So, if you drive over a couple of mines or something, you should be fine in here at least. Oh, no, oh, yeah. I normally test with the smaller explosive, but, well, yeah, most of the front did survive. You see the strong bonnet there. The same basic covered one. It's got a RAF marking, so you don't get, shot by planes. You can see up here, troop transporter, probably that's what it's for. Just, driving around generally. Same as all the others, it drives and... What's that? Now, here's one of my favorites. It's in the ambulance. And why I like it so much is that it's the first other variant I made of it. That was like army force, so you see it's this one's special. It's got a interior light in the back as well, and you see seating or whatever for wounded people, and they all come with this spare tire, as you can see, because you might get shot. I figure we can just take the last ones kinda at the same time. So here you see it's the basic version, just in army color, or well, green. And this one is, I don't know, it just has a cage or a frame, whatever it is. I don't know why I put it there, I just have it. I think this is what I built the armored version of actually, because you see the frame and all that. Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. Here I've got a pretty poor rendition of a tracked cargo carrier here, and put a machine gun in the back for some reason. You see, you can sit here and turn it whatever you want, and shoot the gun. It's not that crazy, really. Oh, and I think it can go up and down. Yes, super cool. So you get up here. I went in the wrong way. Okay, but see, it's got seats, storage. Don't worry about that. So it drives using these two sides. Oh, I did not adjust the engine settings. Wait a second. Right, ignoring that little mishap. So see, it turns on here. It's got some exhaust and all these lights that do nothing. Interior lights. I forgot to paint that.
I'm a man without conviction. I'm a man.
Okay, now that we're done with that, here is the fully painted version. I keep getting the wrong goddamn side. Okay, you see it works. It drives on these wheels. I think I could probably change it so it doesn't lean so much forwards. I should probably just move some stuff, but I'm not too bothered. So you see it's moved. It's got all these lights. It's got a little status light in there. You see, and it's a pretty basic little thing, and got all the doors and the hatch in the back you can close. All these little things, it's the little things that count. Here's another way the little truck is used for towing artillery, as you can see it. And it works just as the other previous truck, except it's got a big gun on the back that you can stand here and anyway, you can shoot. And that's what that does. It's this gun here, which is a really bad version of a 6-inch breech-loading artillery cannon, and as you can see, it has very little recoil. I think that's because of the engine in the back, which I don't really need. But okay, no, it just does that. But it's an alright gun. It shoots. It's fairly big. Well, we'll talk about cannons. I guess I can show off this thing. It's just it's not in the sun. Wait, there we go. It's a pretty basic anti-aircraft gun. It's it shoots. Oh, it's meant to be bolted down to the ground on like concrete or something because of the recoil. Wait a second. So basically, it kind of it turns wherever you're looking, and then you shoot this little can in its direction, and well, it's an explosive round, and I found it's very good at taking out trees like that, and yeah, like that. See, and it just falls, boom, because it only explodes on impact. I don't find it helps that much with anti-aircraft, unless it's close or unless you have a lot of these. Here I've got something very special. It's a stupid box fort, because ages ago I saw Papa Jake, I think he's called, make a video with a Fallout box fort, so I kind of copied the design because I wanted a cardboard little shack that is easy to destroy and has doors and all that. So here we have the medical bay, I think it should be, a little bed. Here we've got the arsenal with guns that you can't use, which are a bit worse than these, in my personal opinion. But anyway, yeah. So it has a light in here and some very well hidden controllers, and you can open and close these little holes here and shoot out of them. It's not very good for... Yeah, you know, it's something random I made because I waste a lot of time. Right, this here, I believe, is supposed to be a landing craft assault, I think, from, you know, World War II. It's a work in progress, so it's got a spotlight on here, and it's got a bunch of controls. As you see, a lot of it's not painted, and wood things on the side that I could probably remove. I don't know why I put them there anymore, to be honest, but yeah, so you see it's pretty slow, and it's got these propellers. I don't recall if it works in water, but we are right next to the water, so let's find out. Well, before we do that, also, the front works, you know, as you can see, it's very cool. It's pretty cool, I think it has ability to move on to shore after landing. It's like a sort of, you know, float away or whatever, do it's decent coverage, really inside, I think it's like chest has something understanding. So, as you can see, it can get some speed. Okay. No, I definitely didn't work on the floating part quite enough, I think. Oh, okay. Let's not talk about what just happened. That was, not ideal. Not ideal. Now, here's a little naval cannon I made. It's got, you know, the touch hole in the top and the... this thing, so you can angle it up. You see, it shoots. It's, I don't think it's motorized. I think it just... No, yeah, it's just hard to move. I think, like, recoil isn't as significant in this game as it is sometimes. So, yeah, you know, it's just a... Here is something that's not very good, but this is a Wellington bomber. It doesn't really fly, so I won't. Well, no, it does fly. It's just a little rough at times. And as you can see, it's a little off on the proportions, maybe. Maybe, definitely. And as you can see, it's got some stuff, landing lights. It's got the X windows because of the way they built it. I didn't want to remove half of that wall, but we'll deal with that later. As you can see, it's got landing gear and propellers. Little emergency hatch here. Just get in. So, okay, rear turret. You can move it up and down and shoot. Very basic design. Here's a little red light so you can spot the door, and got some waste guns that also shoot. You know, interior lights and radio and all that. And then you can... Okay, you can get in here. As you can see, you can control the landing lights. You can bring up the landing gear. And you can make it move, but it's a little rough. It takes a lot of effort to take off, but you can see that I did in... Oh, I hit the sign. It's fine. As you can see, I made the flaps and all that move. But it's also controlled with thrusters, so it's not like they're vital. And you can see the Astro Dome here, so you can navigate using the non-existent stars. You know, it's a pretty basic rendition of the Wellington. Very basic one. It's a tractor. It's a little Massey Ferguson, I think. Kind of old. You see, it's got a exhaust. It's some wheels. You know, all the things you need in a working vehicle. So nothing too exciting. You can hop in here and turn on the lights and drive around. This one's pretty basic. Use the pedal for the lights, because how else would I shove that in there? But I don't know. And just, as you can see, it drives. And that's kind of what I need it to do. So that's, you know, it's just a little fun thing I made. Okay, this one's pretty bad. It's Jupiter from season 5 of Fireman Sam. So if you see Here it's got the ladder and the bits and the baubles, you know, all the stuff. Ladder doesn't work, of course. But you can. Yeah, the doors don't work. But you can head up here. It does 3 things. You can turn on the lights, and you know the lights. Well, they work like lights. You can turn on pretty bad sirens. So they use a spinning thing that's inside of the middle of the fire engine, and you can use the horns. I'm not sure why the indicator is also always on, but we can get past that probably. As you see, it's just a little fire engine that doesn't do much interesting. I guess I can mention that this, you can open the side and look at all the stuff, little status lights, and places to hook up your hose and all that. So it's, you know, very interesting little side thing there. One of the bigger things I've made, it's a train. I'm not sure which one it is. Might be Flying Scotsman or something. Actually, I have no fun. It doesn't really matter. It's some kind of train in a similar class. It's a generic steam train, really. So you see, it's a little shaky on the pothole here, but it's got, you know, all the things. It's got a horns, a whistle, whatever it is. I don't know trains that much. I'm more of a plane guy and a car guy. I don't know. I know other things. So here's coal, obviously, because it's a steam engine. What else do you think is going to be in there? And if you head up here, this is a passenger cabin. I think this one I just took the liberty to do random stuff. Wait a second, I gotta make everything right here. Alright, so yeah, here's the passenger cabin. So you head in. There are two little rooms. Oh, you know, plant, lights, bar with all the secret controllers, which you need to run this thing. So you can, you know, get in, lock the door, on some lights. They come with nice little flowers, and these are secret controllers as well. So, you know, got a little bed here which you can relax in, watch the view pass by. This actually does work on the rails. Oops, the rails that I made, but yeah, okay, the rooms are identical, by the way, but yeah. This train does actually run on the rails I made. Here is a section of the track. As you can see, it's very basic. You just go along this, and it can take little turns because, as you can see, the connector here can turn at both ends for some reason. I don't know why I did that, but that's how they look. And British Railways, you can see, I can show off a little bit how it runs. So it basically, it's the wheel that's moving. That piston is just there for fun, I think. But you know, it moves. It can't turn itself, obviously, because it's not meant to be off-roading. But it can go backwards too. So with all the steam coming out the top, and that's well, that's basically what it does. It works a lot better on the rails. And since we're on the topic of steam engines, we can look at 2 other little things that I've made. So this is a small thing I made trying to prototype the piston on the train. And as you can see, it's pretty functional. It spins, it goes back and forth, and you can make it go relatively fast without braking. And of course, it starts doing a bit of weird stuff with the particles and the physics, but it does work until, well, that spill. But yeah, it works reasonably well. And this thing, I just kind of looked at the thing in Steam Engine Simulator and built it. So the reason it's at this speed is that it does the physics thing. When you make it much faster usually, and it gets really clanky like that, you know, clanker and all that. Also have some little props and temporary parts like this this little canister of gas or whatever it could be. And it is bulletproof as well, which is very impressive. This square life pod thing. As you can see, it's got a little pattern on it. It's number 7. So it opens up, and you can get inside. It's got a few things, little kit, lights. It's got engines, but it doesn't really work on land. And the kind of seat stuff from Subnautica, you know, it keeps you in. And this is some kind of lore thing to do with one of the worlds, I think, that I never bothered with, so it's nothing too special. Pretty squared off because it's meant to fit with the mechanic ship kind of theme and the concept art made of the ship. And this here is like the one workshop thing I have, which has any subscribers. It's a very weird little truck thing. I think I called it the amphibious monster truck. I made it with a friend. So here is, you know, it's pretty basic. It's got a shark on the back and some guns. So here's how it works. And the doors work, if you're curious, but of course you won't. So you get in front. Now in this seat, okay, yeah, this is the driver's seat. So it's got thrusters, so it goes like really fast, which is quite annoying to handle, to be honest. Wait a second. Anyway, yeah, so the reason it's amphibious is that, well, if you steal the concrete, it can somewhat drive underwater by just sticking to the surface, to the seafloor, and just going around. Of course, the thruster is also there, which helps. And the passenger can do a few things. First of all, I think that's the radio. The first one. Yes. Yeah, the first key does the radio. The second one shoots the 2 guns on the front, which you can turn with A and D. And, well, it's got the door too. Oh, yeah, and also when the guns are shooting, the shark vibrates. He's having a good time, you know. Ignore I said that, by the way. 28cm coastal artillery piece. It's meant to be at an emplacement, which I have made. But I also have the basic version here, so you can control it both at the back there completely, or you can run around and do manual stuff like pulling the cord for some reason, like a lawnmower, to shoot the gun. It makes quite the bang. Or you can head back here. On the left, you can control it. It's a little bit weird in this version, where you can see it moves, and then in this one, you can pitch the gun up and down, except it's a bit stuck for some reason. And it shoots. Ouch. Okay, so as I was going to say, this is the more complete version of the emplacement. It's got some lights. And, well, the same gun, I think. Exact same, probably. But, so yeah, it's, okay, wait. It's got a lot of moving parts, which I didn't show earlier. Why is this so fucking slow? Right, so yeah, it turns with the wheel in the back, and it goes up and down with this wheel here, this crank or whatever it is, and yeah, it still shoots. So that's the kind of emplacement version. I put this on some of the coasts in the worlds like this, so I can shoot at ships. Here are a couple of boring things. We've got a little mortar. It can drive, but itself around a little bit, but it gets stuck, and shoots a pretty hefty round. Now, bullet drop isn't really a big thing with these cannons, so it doesn't actually work so well, unless you grab the controller and, you know, point it at the thing you want to shoot, but it does feel the recoil a little bit more than the other types of cannons. And here is that cannon from earlier. It normally comes pointed like this, because I think it looks better. And, you know, as you can see, it shoots. And like the last one, you can adjust it to point wherever you need it. You can even put it down, but, you know, that's a bad idea, because we've also got some buildings. Here's one of them. It's there's this organization in the stuff I make that I'm not going to really talk about too much, but it's basically they're kind of evil. That door should work. I'm not sure why it isn't. So I'm going to break in. Okay, so this is a bomb-proof thing, like the front here, which is why it's so big. Anyway, this door should lift up, and well, okay, I'll just go through the features. In my creative world, it lifts up. I might go to that world later, but okay. So yeah, it locks with these, which means you can't lift it if you wanted to, and it's got some beds, electricity in it. No lights. It's a work in progress thing so far. But yeah, basically it's just a big bunker with a bomb-proof door, which we can test that. This is a pretty big explosive, so as I remember, but we can give it a shot. Yeah, see, you'd live if you were inside there. So it fulfills its purpose. Now, this thing is one of my big workshop creations. It's a gigantic musket, rifle musket thing. It's a kind of mixed what it's based off of. It's like several different ones. So as you can see, it's got a little screw here, which you can't really use as a sight, because the part at the front isn't actually rendered in, but that's besides the point. So it's quite long. It's got a little flintlock mechanism and a cannon way in the back here, as you can see. It's all the way over here, actually. And basically, when you actually get it to stand up straight and not blow itself up, you can see it's all right. You see, it's got the ramrod, which is a bit long for some reason. That's easy to fix, but yeah. So you can see it's got the mechanism. For some reason, the trigger is pulled the wrong way, but we'll ignore that. So you pull the trigger, and a big boom happens somewhere in the distance. She do have a smaller version of the model, so you can kind of see how it works. This is a work in progress thing, that's why I have it at all. But so basically, this, when this is shot, the hammer here will come down, that will pop back, and there'll be a little boom here, because that's a flint. And you know, as Jack Black says,
flint and steel.
So, you know, big spark, and it goes boom. It's very slow in this game, so we made it hits and then boom. You know, it's very basic, and it hits a little spring down there. It's not a very good model, but it'll do. It's a little tank. It's a Cromwell, I think. As you can see, it's got all the little bits and pieces on the outside. It's got a turret, and you get into it separately from the inside, so let's go through the turret first. As you can see, it follows where you look. It works a little better in third person, to be honest. But, you know, you can see a little bit through the blocks, so it's got a machine gun, which you can kind of see the tracers there, and it's got a big cannon. And, you know, it turns up and down and left and right with the direction you look, and you kind of just blow stuff up with this. And you can, you know, go in there too, in the tank itself. It's very basic. It's got the engines and the stuff in the back. And I actually like slowing it down a little bit when I use it, because it's too fast for me, personally. So you see here, you've got the gun. it can go up and down and left and right. Cool. Little machine gun. Oops, I didn't know that happened. So as you can see, it drives with these buttons, similar to that tracked cargo carrier. There is no way to see out from the inside, so you have to do it in third person, but it's got the exhaust out the back, it drives, you can adjust the speed if you want, because sometimes it's a little oddly fast. But, you know, it works, it's a functional little thing. Got lots of markings on it that don't mean much. Yeah, and the reason I don't like it going so fast is how it speeds up and slows down really violently. Yeah, it's an alright little thing, in my opinion. This is one of the better things I've made, in my opinion. It's a little plane. It's the first plane to cross the English Channel, I believe, and it's a, you know, monoplane. I think it's a Blériot or something like that. I don't know, I took French, I should know. As you can see, it's got all the internals in this hatch. Little framework and stuff in there, you can see. And you can get into the seat. And it has a bunch of stuff it does. You can turn it on. And... Oh no. It has thrusters as well as the main engine there. Oh yeah, you know, the back wheel turns, the flaps go down. It uses... Oh, these two buttons control the pitch, no, the roll. And if you use them together, it'll go up, which is what I was trying to do before I used to click to E for some reason. So, you know, as you can see, it flies, and you can just like, fly around, and it can shoot with these two little machine gun guns. And it's not a very good plane, because it's slow. World War One, pre-World War One plane, so it's not. But yeah, and it's got a sight, which I think is somewhat true. We can see here if it's accurate. Not really, it's a bit high, I think, but also make some more pointless things, like here I've got a little random obstacle course, you know, you go over this little thin thing and crawl under the not barbed wire, jump on these poles. You can climb up a wall and run across a wire. This one needs fixing because you can't really fit through it, but you know, you can make your way through to a little tunnel and climb a wall and jump down. Basic obstacle course, really, but I don't remember why I made it. I do have some other stuff, but some of these like copies of stuff I've seen on the workshop because I couldn't find it actually like uploaded anywhere. So here is a tram restaurant thing that I saw once. I don't remember who made it, so I'm not gonna bother. But just know this isn't mine. And this tower isn't there originally. I put it on there for fun. But you see, you head in here. You can turn on the lights. I think one of those turns on these lights too, yeah. And it's pretty nice at night, just to look at. It's normally got a cook bot here, but I accidentally loaded up the creative version, because you don't have bots there. But you see, it's got nice decorations, bins, sink, and you can head up here. Turn on the light. Here's a little house for the person who runs the place, presumably. I don't know why it is it. And, you know, emergency lights. Little place to cook, water, vegetables, cash register. Yeah, it's nothing special. It's just a little restaurant in a tram. This Skyvan thing here, you might recognize it from Rio if you've watched that for some reason. I used to, but Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, I know I used to be a big fan of it. So see, you can turn on lights. You can. This is for the military, so I think it's for like jumping and all that. As you can see, it's got a door that you can open up in the back. It's got some crates, 2 seats. One of them is just a passenger one. The other one, of course, works. And this wall is, you know, it's nothing special. As you can see, it's got engines and exhaust, stuff like that. Pretty basic plane, all things considered. Okay, here I'm going to start showing off some other stuff. So this is the creative kind of world where I have other stuff and it's nice and flat for building. So this is a blender that I made for cows. Sounds wrong, that's because I'm crazy. So this is counterweight for that thing, because I didn't make it touch the ground, naturally. So you see here, this turns it on, and that's just for show. The thruster, and this piston pushes. Okay, if we open the canister, there we've got our wok, a cow. Now you can push it. And it pops the cow. I call this the wok blender. This is on the workshop. This is called the wok blender 2000 plus, I believe. I made it, of course, because it looks like shit. But yeah, I don't know. It's just for fun. It's not a very fun thing to think about, really. But yeah, you know. And as I mentioned earlier, here are some of the billboards. Simple. These belong to the same generic fictional brand for an airline. It's called Bird as their logo. This color scheme here, as you can see, very basic billboard. Here you've got the miniature version with just the logo. Nothing special. Okay, these two billboards require some explanation. This is a billboard about these robots, which what it's really referring to is this thing, which is normally a bit more dangerous than this. I think I loaded the cured version or something. Ah, there we go. See, it's annoying. It's a pesky little robot that can do some damage to you because they bounce around. There are several versions. This is a more dangerous one. And it just kind of bounces around and bumps into stuff. I don't remember what they're from, but yeah, okay, it's another version. There are a bunch of these little things, and I have no clue what they were for, but they exist, so I made a billboard about them, which I think are meant to be from that mystery organization I mentioned. And here is another one. It's a really poor rendition of, well, you know what it says, Europe needs you. It's got Russia, Belgium, France, Poland. It's nothing particularly special, it's just a little thing. Now we see over in the distance there, that's something I'm currently working on. So let's head over there, shall we? Right, here's a work in progress little apartment thing for that organization. I just gave it a generic name from Fallout. The Institute for now, that's the placeholder. So, as you can see, this is a little housing for the workers on the site. So you have 2 units down here, and there will be 2 more upstairs. So they will all look pretty much the same. You're gonna get a bathroom with chemicals, toilet paper, water, and you'll get some storage. And the ones downstairs will get conservatories. The ones upstairs will get a balcony. And if you head upstairs, there will be a bedroom, except I haven't made that, as far as I know. So you just got a closet and the space for a bedroom. And it's nothing special, you know, it's like pretty poor housing, fitting for a secret organization. I've also made this car which is like 1800s, I think. It's based on a steam car from Sweden, and for the most part, and you know, it works fine. It drives, it has suspension, it's got lights on it. You know, it's an alright car. It's got these spinning things on the side where they're meant to be chains and stuff. I think they're chains at least. And you know, it's just kind of works. That's not the most exciting thing I've ever made. The Institute also has this reactor thing, which does work. Basically, you turn it on, it slowly heats up and produces more power, and then explodes. Which I don't remember how to make it work, but I think you click that and pop these on, and then you basically just let me just walk through here, and a siren comes on eventually. I haven't added the explosives yet because I didn't bother. You see it's Institute Nuclear Program, and you can turn this on. I don't know what that is, but it's got some beer, some dark light. You know, it's just like clutter on the wall and all that, and basically you sit around and wait. As you see, now it just went up. And yeah, you know, it's just got, it's mostly just visual. It obviously does nothing because this game doesn't have nuclear reactors in it. It's got a nice little door. In the full version of the nuclear wing, it will have the bunker and an atom model that I kind of ripped from the workshop and repainted, because I use these privately, so it's not like anyone's gonna see that it's not mine. Oh yeah, and you can change it to like half the rods, I think, and you can change a bunch of stuff with those buttons. As you see, temperature keeps going up, and eventually sounds will come on. You should put that down, or if you reset it, we can see that why don't I actually, yeah, sure, I'll show you the inside here. So it's got lots of stuff. This is for the sirens. It's got many things in here which I can't be bothered to talk about because, well, I didn't make it alone, so I don't know all of the inner workings. But as you can see, it's got a locker in here. It's a wardrobe actually. Oops. Sink, and in here, you can see kind of how this thing really is. But if you open this up and do this, so here are there are 3 buttons. They all change that. It's not a very good reactor, probably. It's definitely not very good, but it's just a little gimmick thing, so it doesn't really matter. And here's the most exciting thing on our list for today. It's the last of those weird robot things that the billboard was about. It's so threatening, isn't it? Yeah, it's not very exciting. This one just kind of crawls around. I don't recall why it was made either, so don't ask me. So, that's it for today, folks. So, see you on the top floor. By the way, please let me know if you would like to see more videos that are kind of laid back, because I have some plans for the future. End of 2025 and 2026. I'm currently, as of recording this, which is August, working on a very nice little episode where I mess around doing another only challenge in Minecraft with some mods. And there are a bunch of goals and stuff I'm gonna do in there. And then I have some other plans, you know, little shitposts like this, and perhaps Vintage Story. I've thought about making videos about that, so if you have any thoughts, let me know. Can show a bit of my Steam library at the end here, so you can see, what I have available to me. And of course, I'm not expecting any comments because I mean, who's going to watch this piece of shit to the end? But if you happen to be, feel free to let me know your thoughts. I also have a community tab, I think, where you can post, but I don't know if that works or not because I don't keep up with YouTube updates. Oh yeah, and remember, you can join our crazy amount of subscribers whenever you want. And, feel free to subscribe if you want to, or don't. Only if you like what I make, which is unlikely. So, have a good day, and take care.
Storm a chameleon. Cities and towns, haughty and proud. Winning would be easy with a leader who looks like me, a bit like Blair, with better hair.